What's going on? Welcome to ednews.com. Today we're going to talk about something that doesn't get talked about enough in education, and that's financial literacy. But due to the growth of buy now, pay later programs, it just seems like a discussion we need to be having on the Ed News, as this is impacting young people at higher rates. Now, buy now, pay later programs are where students can go into the mall and you see all across retail these different kind of brands like Affirm, Klarna, AfterPay. Even PayPal is now into this space, but it allows people to say, hey, I want to buy this good. And instead of buying it in full, you can buy it in chunks. And so this is kind of a new thing. And a lot of us are doing it. You're looking at nearly 25% of adults have some kind of debt in buy now, pay later programs. But it's even higher with young people and a more of a trend. And so I know some states are looking at financial literacy programs as a requirement, but I have not a lot of confidence that we are going to be having programs in there discussing the predatorialness of buy now, pay later programs. And I think this is something we should be discussing, especially as it impacts young people. Let's go and look into the Financial Times article to kind of give you an idea of what we're working with. So buy now, pay later, boom, consumers' debt concerns as a transactions soar. So I want to kind of dive into what we're looking at here. Buy now, later programs are more popular than ever. And so what you're seeing is high growth. But I thought this was the big part. This was the big graph I wanted to show. And that's a third of millennials who have used buy now, pay later have been charged late payment fees. And if you look at, right, 25 to 34, but 18 to 24, those are Generation Z. So Generation Z, you can argue, is a third as well. So a third of our young people, Gen Zs and millennials, late millennials, I guess, early millennials, depending on how you look at it, they are also, really impacted by this. And so this whole story is just around how we need to become more transparent around how buy now, pay later programs work. Buy now, pay later programs say they're better than credit cards, but that's not necessarily a good reason to exist or make it more something people should be using. But yeah, I think this is important and something we should be more discussing with students about what are buy now, pay later programs, how they work, and how we should be avoiding those solutions at all costs. Now, I know a lot of this is impacting and targeting poorer populations and populations who may not have cash on hand or access to loans, access to more consistent payment strategies could get targeted for things like this. This is what's crazy. The last time I've been to a mall was with my nephew, and Klarna, Affirm, all these brands were in every single store trying to promote how, while at a retail store buying clothes, trying to convince, getting people with their branding to buy things that they can't afford with one payment. And so if you can't afford a one payment, we need to teach kids you probably shouldn't buy it. But we also understand there's emergencies and different things like that. I have heard some people in our own staff and our own team who use buy now, pay later for flights and things like that. And they have been successful in using that for emergency flights and things like that in their lives. So definitely need to be talking about buy now, pay later programs with our students, as financial literacy is already something we lag in school, but this could be something that should be a discussion point in students' classes, especially if they're juniors and seniors about to go off to graduation. Thank you, and see you at the next video of ednews.com.